How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we are having one more battle with the Seviper team. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're having a battle with the Seviper team once again. Hopefully it goes well. If you want to try the team out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. There's also a copy and paste of the team in the description down below. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump to the team preview. Okay, today we have a battle versus Devin from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There's a link in the description down below. Looking at his team, he's got a Glimmora, a Bisharp, Sableye, Sylveon, Ceruledge, and a Noivern. I love it. Such a fire team. And we can probably expect the Glimmora to lead off. So I'm inclined to go with the Goodra lead so we can get some special attacks on it and not have to worry about the toxic debris. I'm also inclined to lead off with Authority, the Magnezone, actually, just because it's just going to be working out better for us. They have no ground types. Once again, our opponent doesn't have a ground type. I think our last opponent have Ting-Lu, which we dealt with just fine because it Tera Darked. But other than that, there's no Ting-Lu this time, so we're going to have a good time. And the battle commences. So, Devin's going to lead off with Windshear, the Noivern, as we led off with the Magnezone. So we could, if we wanted to, right off the bat, go for a nice and powerful attack, which is going to do some damage. I'm thinking Volt Switch is the best play to go for here. I think they go for a U-turn or something. I don't think Noivern typically carry fire-type moves. They normally have Draco, Boom Burst, Hurricane, U-turn, or Roost. Or even the Roost Defog with Boom Burst and Draco sometimes. So I think we're pretty safe here. So I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. If they have the Fire-type move, I'm confident we can take at least one. They go for the U-turn as expected. They definitely don't have fire coverage on this Noivern. What are they going to go into, though? They don't really have a great switch into our Magnezone. And the fact that the Air Balloon popped isn't a big deal. We don't have to worry about ground types on their team. So that's always nice. So we go for the Volt Switch. Let's see what they switch in. In comes Sub-Zero, which is going to be Bisharp. Love that nickname. That's a really cool nickname for a Bisharp that's, you know, shiny. That's a pretty cool nickname. So anyway, Bisharp's in. We've got a couple of options. We could go into Seviper. We could go into Torkoal. We could go into our Corviknight and go for a body press. I think Corviknight's probably a good shout because they don't get knockoff, you see. So, and we can get some Rocky Helmet damage off on them as well. So I think Corviknight is a good shout. So we're going to go into Corviknight real quick. Old Noctis over here. There we go. Nicely done. Get that pressure exerting, which is going to lower their PP even more. As we can go for a body press. I feel like they switch out, though, expecting the body press. So I'm going to go for a U-turn, expecting them to switch out. And that way we can get a bit of momentum, and hopefully we can get into a good position where maybe like against the Sylveon, we could go into Seviper, fire off a Gunk Shot. It's going to hurt everything on their team. They do withdraw Sub-Zero because they don't want to get hit by a body press, which makes a lot of sense. As they go into Toxic Rose, which is going to be the Glimmora. So that's absolutely fine by me. Go into your Glimmora all you want. It's going to float in the air with an air balloon, which is interesting. We're going to pop that balloon with our U-turn, which is just fine. Guess the Toxic Spikes on our side of the field. Yes, that's fair enough. But that's absolutely fine because what we can do now is we can go into our Seviper and slap that Earthquake. And Earthquake is going to hurt everything on the team, really. So I'm going to go into Seviper. Oh, they go Goodra. No, I don't want Goodra to get poisoned just yet. So we'll go into Seviper. Rycon over here. And obviously we're going to get Toxic Debris set up once again by Earthquaking this thing. But I don't think they stay in. I think they switch out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for an Earthquake. They're probably expecting something like a Giga Drain or some sort of special attack. So they might stay in and they might go for an Earth Power, which we can live. So I'm going to go for that Earthquake real quick. We can live an Earth Power. I mean, if we can live a Pyro Ball from Cinderace, we can definitely live an Earth Power from this thing. They go for a Stealth Rock, which is absolutely acceptable to me. Probably the best play they could have gone for. Getting them rocks up is important. We go for the EQ. And Seviper claims a soul. Seviper claims a soul once again. Toxic Spikes are going to go up, which is unfortunate. Because now the next Pokemon we switch in is going to get poisoned. But the Glimmora is out of the way, and that's all that matters, really. In comes Emerald, which is going to be the Sableye, right? Yep, Sableye comes in with that nice and powerful emerald on its tummy. His little tummy gem. I love Sableye, it's so cool. Anyway, I think our best bet here is to go Torkoal. Just because we can potentially Rapid Spin, we can get up our own Stealth Rocks and stuff like that. So let's go into Torkoal real quick. We can't Rapid Spin against a Sableye, obviously, but we can absorb the Will-O-Wisp that they're probably going to throw at us. We can fire off a nice and powerful Fire Blast at this thing, get some damage off. But I think we're probably good to go with the They have two Ghost types, so we can't really Rapid Spin, can we? They get up with a Reflect, though. That's an interesting set. So Reflect is an interesting set. We'll try and go for Stealth Rock, see if they go for a Taunt or not. Stealth Rocks would be really nice for the Noivern and the Ceruledge. Light Screen does get put up, which is unfortunate, because I don't have Defog on this one. I've got, I'm sticking with a Rapid Spin, so Light Screen and Reflect is up for the time being, but we should be golden. We should be just fine. So I'm going to Will-O-Wisp this thing in the face. They might switch into Ceruledge to absorb the Will-O-Wisp and get a Flash Fire boost, but we don't need to worry about that too much. They're going to withdraw Emerald, the Seviper. Are they going to go Ceruledge or are they going to go Noivern? They're going to go Pinkie Pie, which is the Sylveon. So that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one at all. Stealth Rocks are going to dig in. We're going to get a nice and powerful Will-O-Wisp off, which is obviously going to do diddly squat to Sylveon, but it does nullify any leftovers they might have if they have leftovers. So Pinkie Pie is going to get burned, which is always nice. Now we actually get a free opportunity to go for a Rapid Spin, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If they go into Ceruledge to block it, we block Ceruledge anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. They go for a Shadow Ball. I love that animation. Wow, look at that little floating animation it gets. It's going to do some good damage. We get a Rapid Spin off, though, and the Glimora's hazards are officially gone for good, which is always nice. The chip on the Sylveon's always nice as well. I think we don't necessarily need Torkoal for much else, but I do want to keep it around. If they're going to go for a Shadow Ball again, I might just go into my Seviper, to be honest with you. Might go into Goodra as well. Goodra could be good. I think the best bet is to just go for a Fire Blast. We want to try and stall out these screens, so let's go for Fire Blast real quick. They go for a Hyper Voice. Are they going to be Throat Spray? That's the real question. Are they Throat Spray? They are Throat Spray, so that's going to boost their special attack, which is really unfortunate for us. As we miss the Fire Blast. We don't miss the Fire Blast, which is amazing. Some nice chip damage. Not really, but the Sunlight is going to fade, which is unfortunate, as they're going to get some more of that damage from that. So that's awesome. I think we have to let Torkoal go down here and get a free switch into something else, like the Seviper. So with that in mind, do they have Psy Shock, though? That's the real question. Would they have Psy Shock? Let's go for another Fire Blast, just on the off chance they don't go for Hyper Voice or they go for a Shadow Ball again and it doesn't KO. They go for the Shadow Ball. Awesome. It's going to take out Gramps over here. So Gramps goes down, which is unfortunate. Didn't really have a good switch in, though. Don't really have a good switch in. So what we can do is we can try and scare this thing out with the Corviknight. We could also go into Meowscarada because the critical hit Flower Trick will definitely KO. So I think I'm going to do that. I think Flower Trick's definitely the best play, because it's going to critical hit through the light screen, through the reflect, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Flower Trick should KO the Sylveon, no problem. They're actually going to Terrestrialize, which is unfortunate, because they're probably going to go Fire, right? They're probably Fire, right? Steel. That's even worse. That's even worse. At least we don't have to worry about a Terra Blast right now, but we do have to worry about the nice and powerful... Oh lord, we have to worry about the Hyper Voice, which is going to sting like mad. Flower Trick, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to KO. There we go, see. It nearly KOs. We get the crit. Well, obviously we get the crit. It always crits. They go for a Moonblast, which is interesting, which doesn't actually KO us. Hyper Voice would have KO'd there. But I don't know why they have Moonblast as well. Why would they have Moonblast as well? Is that for if you get Throat Chopped or something like that? Maybe they expected a Throat Chop. I don't know. But we're going to go straight for another Flower Trick because it's going to hurt something else. We can always save the Meowscarada for later. So we'll take out the Sylveon anyway, which is always nice. So Sylveon goes down. Perfecto, 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 perfecto. Down it goes. Down it goes, down it goes. So with the Sylveon out of the way, we don't have to worry about Goodra having too much trouble now. So the team's Reflect is going to wear off, which is amazing. Glad that's finally gone. In comes Emerald, the Sableye. So Sableye is probably going to want to burn us. Or he's going to want to Reflect again. One of the two. We could go for another Flower Trick expecting the Reflect. But I'm inclined not to do that. I'm more inclined to go into our Magnezone and go for a Thunderbolt. Just to weaken it. I don't think they burn us. I think they go for a Reflect again. Let's go for a Flower Trick and find out what they're going to do. Disable? Okay, Disable is also... a good one, as Flower Trick does get disabled, which means we can't make a move. Light Screen's going to wear off though, which is always nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into Magnezone right now. Magnezone hits extremely hard against their whole team, and if we can get a critical hit Thunderbolt, that'd be amazing, but I doubt it. So because they have Disable and Screens, I'm inclined to believe they have Knockoff. I doubt they have Will-O-Wisp or Recover, if that's the case. So that's pretty good to know. The Sableye is not nearly as annoying as I thought it was going to be. With the Thunder, you know, the Will-O-Wisp and the Recover and stuff like that. So any damage we do to it is going to be permanent damage. So let's go for that Thunderbolt right now and just get some damage off. As they go for a Reflect, absolutely fine by me. We're going to go for that nice and powerful Thunderbolt. The more turns burned, the better, because obviously that Thunderbolt did a lot of damage even through Light Screen. So let's go for another Thunderbolt. I don't think they have a good switch into Thunderbolt, to be honest with you, other than the Ceruledge with Light Screen, maybe. They go for a Disable, which is fair enough. Are they thinking we might be choiced based on the damage? They might be thinking we're choiced based on the damage. So I'm going to switch up moves, obviously. I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon instead. See what they're going to do. If they go into Ceruledge, fair bees. They do withdraw Emerald. What are they going to go into, though? Are they going to go Ceruledge? Ceruledge would be good. Wind Shear, that's going to be the Noivern, right? Yeah, Noivern comes in. So Noivern's going to get some Stealth Rock damage. Is that a Defog Noivern? I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing it is. We're going to get some nice damage off with the Flash Cannon. Now we go for we could go for Terra Blast Ice here. We go for a Terra Ice. I feel like they're going to go for either a U-Turn or a Defog, though. So I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. They go for a Shadow Ball, which is interesting. Neutral damage for sure. Does a lot of damage as well, which tells me they might be choice specs. As we go for a Volt Switch right now, that's going to do some solid damage as well. As now they are open for us to go into something else to set up maybe. So what I'm thinking is we go into our Seviper, because Seviper can hit an Earthquake at anything on that team except from this thing. I'm also thinking we go into our KitKat to get a knockoff off. I think we go into KitKat to get a knockoff off. So we go into KitKat real quick. There's no Stealth Rocks on our side of the field. We don't have to worry about that. We Choice Scarf. We outspeed the Noivern, no problem. Even if they're Choice Scarf, we outspeed. We go for a knockoff and KO this thing. We go for a knockoff. Protean activates, turning us into a Dark type. We go for a knockoff, take out this Noivern. Nice and easily does it every time. So that's great. And the great thing about that knockoff was they couldn't switch anything in. It was choice specs. They couldn't switch the Ceruledge in. They couldn't switch the Bisharp in because they'd lose the Revitalight. They couldn't switch the Sableye in. So that's absolutely fine by me. In comes Dragar, which is the Ceruledge. So the unfortunate thing about the Ceruledge is that we can't really do anything. They have to go for a Shadow Sneak here. Pretty much to get the KO. Otherwise, they're going to lose out on their item and they're going to lose a lot of health. So I think we go for a knockoff. I think we let them take us out because they either go for a Swords Dance here expecting us to switch, or they go for a Shadow Sneak. They go for the Shadow Sneak to get the KO. Makes a lot of sense to me. Absolutely fine play by my opponent. What this does open up for us is a nice opportunity for Seviper. So I'm thinking we want to stall out. We want to stall out the Reflect, but we don't have to worry about that because Seviper has Infiltrator, right? So we just go for an Earthquake right now, right? We just go straight for an Earthquake because Infiltrator stops the Reflect. It goes past the Reflect. So we go for the Earthquake real quick, and that's going to be able to KO this Ceruledge, no problem. There we go. They go for a Psycho Cut, which isn't going to be able to KO us, unfortunately for them, as we go for the EQ, and that's going to be able to take out the Ceruledge, no problem whatsoever. Choice Banded Seviper, ladies and gentlemen. The crit did not matter, by the way, because obviously Infiltrator goes past the Reflect. Yada, 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 yada. Choice Banded, yada, 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 yada. Awesome time. In comes Sub-Zero, the Bisharp. So Bisharp's coming in right now. Bisharp probably wants to set out right now. We probably don't switch out. We probably switch out into Corviknight, right? If anything. I think Seviper's done its job. So I'm going to Earthquake on the off chance they try and set up, and hopefully we get a nice and powerful KO. They go for a Sucker Punch. That's going to KO us, unfortunately, because Bisharp is a powerhouse in its own. It's been OU for the last few generations. You know, it's a really good Pokemon. Just because it has an evolution doesn't mean squat. So if we assume they're going to Sucker Punch on us right now, we can just go into our nice and powerful Corviknight and go for a Body Press. So we'll go into Corviknight real quick. They probably switch out into Sableye expecting this, but I'm pretty sure Corviknight 1v1's the Sableye now. So we'll go for the Body Press anyway. Even if they do switch out, it doesn't really matter. Nice Slash comes through. Not going to do a lot of damage to us. Rocky Helmet's going to punish you. As we go for the Body Press now, which is going to KO the Bisharp, which is lovely jubbly. So down goes the Bisharp. Awesome. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, Sableye is coming in, and I know how we deal with that. We just Brave Bird it in the face. In comes Emerald. The Sableye is going to take some Stealth Rock damage, all that wonderful juicy stuff. We just go for a Brave Bird right now, and that should finish it off. So let's go ahead and do that. They go for a Reflect just to try and minimize the damage from the Brave Bird. Makes a lot of sense to me. Brave Bird comes through. Are we going to get a crit? Not even a crit. Damn it. That's a shame. But Recoil is going to come through. So they can't attack us either because the Rocky Helmet will finish them off. So we go for a Brave Bird again and see how this goes. They go for a Light Screen. I'm guessing they don't have Recover. If I was them, I would have Disabled then. Disabled would have worked out nicely for him. So Brave Bird comes through. That's going to finish off the Sableye, and that's going to be the game. So Corviknight won us the game, but Seviper put in some work this game, I've got to say. Definitely. So anyway, thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all the wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.